Good evening, elders, youth, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chief Darlene Bernard. I am the chief of the Lennox Island First Nation. I was born at Stewart Memorial Hospital. It is my hope and sincere wish that when I die, I'll die there in a nice, warm, cozy palliative care bed. I'm not sure anymore, but I'm hoping still. Chief Francis and I are committed to the health and well-being of the Mi'kmaq PEI, and we both have very grave concerns with the changes announced regarding rural hospitals, and especially the closure of Stewart Memorial Hospital. I was invited here this evening to give you a Mi'kmaq perspective on the announced closure of our hospital. The members of my community have been served very well by the doctors and nurses at Stewart Memorial for more than 62 years. Those members of my community are deeply concerned and worried about the further erosion of services at our hospital. When the health and well-being of my community is threatened, and I believe it to be so, I stand up. That is why I stand up here this day with my island friends to pressure this government to maintain the level of essential services at all our rural hospitals. For the Mi'kmaq people who call Lennox Island home, the erosion of health services at Stewart Memorial Hospital will have a very profound negative impact. We have a great little health center on Lennox, which serves us well under its limited mandate, but our people have long utilized Stewart Memorial as our primary health care facility. It is where we go for all the services that are now being taken away by closing this hospital. Blood services, x-rays, acute, convalescent, palliative, and respite care. These services will be wiped from our community if this plan moves forward. Chief Francis and I have grave concerns that those who live in rural Prince Edward Island, including the PEI Mi'kmaq, will see marginalized services, and this is not acceptable. Living on the reserve is the only life many community members know, and Lennox is the largest reserve in PEI. Limiting the access to essential health care is downloading stress and worry to our band members, not to mention the added cost of travel. It's not like PEI has a public transit system from tip to tip. In times of illness and great distress, the Mi'kmaq need to be close to family. Everyone here can relate to this, I think. We all need to be accessible to our families when we're ill. We do. The Mi'kmaq need to be involved in our culture and traditions at every stage and circumstance in our life. The Mi'kmaq need the culturally sensitive support and care that is offered at our community hospital. Far too many in our communities live at or below the poverty line. They cannot afford to travel distances to get essential health care, and the ability of family members to provide support is greatly diminished. I would go so far as to say out of reach, because they will simply not be in a position to travel all over PEI looking for their loved ones. And as of right now, I have absolutely no idea where my people are going to end up. What I see happening here is the devolution of care. It is the beginning of two-tiered health care in this province. I believe this to be wrong. We seem to be going backwards. It seems we are going from a model of care that is centered on the individual's best interest, and we are being pushed into a model of care that supports the government's agenda of centralization. This proposed plan would hurt us from one end of the island to the other, regardless of whether it's in our best interest or not. I have attended all but one of the information sessions because I really wanted to understand and try to understand what was happening. And I remember the minister stated very adamantly that if you go to Charlottetown for a hip or knee, which is where I will be going in June, I hope, if there's a bed, then I can expect to be transferred to Surrey 2 days after my surgery. That's where his mother will go to. if she has to have a hip replaced. He said it 5 times. Anyway, so that's where I'd have to go to finish my hospital stay. Summerside, because it's considered a primary care hospital, will not be able to accept me because I am now, after 2 days, considered an alternate level of care patient. So that means I will be transported to Surrey or O'Leary, which are the extended care facilities in the plan. But since Surrey tends to be the unit in the plan that has the lower occupancy rate, the chances of me getting to Western PEI nearer my family and my support system is slim to none. Make no mistake, I firmly support Surrey and O'Leary hospitals, all rural hospitals, and I am certain they are great, much-needed facilities that can and should be able to continue to provide for the needs of its communities. We all know how that we are able to harness the wellness power of having our family support that we all know is key, is a very key element of patient care. This plan will subject our families to traveling more than 3 hours each way. After working a full day, that's a lot of driving. My family may as well be in Halifax. Without Stewart Memorial Hospital, the Mi'kmaq people of Lennox Island, as well as all people who are served by this facility, will be at a serious disadvantage. I would go so far as to say that too many needing care will not be able to afford to access it. Without our rural hospitals, our proud rural communities will die. I understand our population is aging. I understand that a lot of people come here to retire, and in my opinion, there is no better place to raise a family. I say that the fact that rural hospitals exist, more and more people will come to PEI because there is better access and there is better care. Like Rod has stated, rural hospitals are not the problem and we are not the solution. We are an asset to this province. Government must recognize it, embrace it, and make it work. Last summer, the government of Prince Edward Island, under the signature of our Premier, Robert Giz, signed a consultation agreement. That agreement stated that the government of PEI would consult with the PEI of Mi'kmaq on matters that impact us. This is a very serious issue that impacts the Mi'kmaq directly, and we have not been consulted. In addition, this Premier also signed the Canada PEI Mi'kmaq Partnership Agreement, which committed the province of PEI to work with us towards improving the lives and outcomes of the PEI Mi'kmaq in 5 key areas, including health. Any action taken by the province to implement proposed changes at Stewart Memorial will violate the spirit of these landmark agreements and set us back years. Our members struggle every day to maintain a close connection with our proud history and our heritage and traditions. It is through this that we find balance and well-being. Our government should be helping us with this, not making it more difficult. In closing, the government has an agenda. This agenda is not in the best interest of rural PEI. No. This agenda is not in the best interest of the Mi'kmaq of Lennox Island. No. We must stand united against the government's plan to close our rural hospitals. The government slogan, better access, better care, I think is a great slogan. Rural hospitals give us great access to quality health care. Why close them? I have attended a lot of meetings and heard lots of different things. I am convinced that this action by government will not provide better access and better care for the Mi'kmaq who depend on our community hospital.
Poor access, poor care.
The Mi'kmaq are a trusting people. We trust that the Premier, who is the minister responsible for Aboriginal affairs in this province, will see fit to consult with the First Nations and move forward with a plan for Stewart Memorial Hospital that will be reflective, and respectful of the needs of the Mi'kmaq and of all 22 communities it serves. Thank you very much. May God bless you all and keep you safe. Walalia.